What is up, YouTube? It's your boy yrndj, and we are back once again with another video, and it happens to be another build video. It actually has been a little bit since I actually dropped a build video, so that's why I'm dropping this one. And this one in specific is going to be a slasher build. You guys know I love my slasher builds, and I always give you guys the best slasher builds. So I'm not going to, try to waste too much of you guys' time. We're going to get right into this video, so hope you guys do enjoy. If you have not yet, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell. Let's get right into the video.
She know I keep the bag on me. How I got a couple racks on me. I'ma hit it, then I dip. No, I do not trust a bitch, cause they all be the same to me. All these thoughts always running through my head. I'ma get the bag, double back for the bread. I'd rather smoke a blunt, kicking back in my bed. And yeah, she in my line, cause she know I'm getting bread.
So once again, what is up, y'all? And I just want to say, first of all, before we get into the actual build, thank you guys, for subbing up. I just hit 3.4k subs, man. We're on that grind of 5k subs, man. Any type of subscription will help. And for those who are quite loyal to my channel, if you guys have not noticed it, I actually did get a new profile picture, and I actually do now have channel membership. So if you want to show some love back to my channel, make sure go subscribe under that channel memberships and become a sponsor for my channel. But in regard to this video, like I said, we're going with a slasher build, right? So in terms of slashing builds, what we're looking for with the attributes is pretty much that contact dunk or that driving dunk, because we need an 85 rating to get to contact dunks. And with this build, we're going to be running this build at the center position, so we're going to get taller. So our driving dunk is going to decrease from what we're seeing right now with the pie chart. So it makes our options, quite limited, and it's really only two pie charts: this defense and rebounding, or not, the defense and slashing, and the pure slashing, all right? And in my opinion, I think the defense, having that ability to have defense and Hall of Fame defensive badges will just make the build all around better, and make it more, versatile and useful, in multiple game modes like 2v2, 1v1, all that stuff. So now since we got that down, coming to the physical profile, typically this is an easy part of, deciding for your build, but it's actually, it's not the same with this build, because it really depends on how you want to play, alright? If you're going to be playing with this build, a 1v1 court type of style, then you could probably go with the pie chart that has the highest vertical and, strength. But if you're going to play a play style where you're playing 2v2 or 3v3, you're running up and down the court, even Pro-Am, then you might want to get that little bit extra speed, which is what ultimately I end up going with. Obviously, yes, it's like the last pie chart, so you do have a decent amount of strength and vertical, but it's not as much. But then you're just getting that speed, which I feel like speed is just so important in this game, which is why I like going somewhat type of speed into my pie chart when it comes to my physical attributes. Now in terms of just upgrading the player and all my attributes, all you gotta do is follow along. You see, for finishing, we pretty much maxed everything out except the post hook. We get it to a 70. And next we're gonna move on to defense, obviously the second biggest part around this build, or what we're gonna base this build about. So obviously, in terms of just what we're going to be doing with this build, playing the center really kind of like role, and just for badge purposes, we're going to obviously max out our defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, and blocking stats, just to ensure we get all those badge points. And interior defense, perimeter defense, and lateral coordinates, we kind of just mix in together to ensure we get 19 badges. Now here's where it gets a little bit interesting. As you guys saw, I went to 6 playmaking badges. All right, you're going to see why I want that later. But in regards to the mid-range shot, the reason I do that, yes, I'm probably wasting badge points. I could probably get an extra 1 or 2 badge points in defense or finishing if I did not upgrade that. But the reason I upgrade that is for the pure fact of I'll be able to shoot. And I'm going to tell you why. If you're playing with a point guard that has Hall of Fame dimer or Hall of Fame floor general, or even both combined, in combination with a 65 3 or 65 mid-range shot, you might be able to shoot that somewhat consistently. And that one shooting badge, you can get it catch and shoot, and that will actually help you a lot. So obviously, yeah, we're gonna max out our wingspan probably, but after you're 96, 97 overall, I'll go back to a 65 mid-range, buy some shooting boost. Make sure your point guard has dimer, floor general. You will be able to shoot that mid-range. It'll make your game just so much more diverse, rather than these other centers and slashers in the game. And that's what I'm all about, making a diverse build, versatile build that could do everything, because you never want to build that can't do something, right? So that's all we got for the build. Now in terms of the body shape, this has always been a quite interesting debate when it comes to bigger slashers like this. You can either go burly or define burly. I would do it just for the fact that we are going to be playing center almost all the time, because define, it gets you better dunk animations, but that's more of a I would say a 2s, 3s type, quicker play style, where we want to use this more for the 1v1 court and 2v2, just, kind of big body the centers down low. Now for the weight, or we saw the height, we went 6'9". Alright, the weight, we're going to go around 228, where pretty much I gain 1 plus strength and I don't lose any vertical or acceleration. And that's because we know we could get +4, with the strength, the speed, the acceleration, and the vertical. So why would we lower our vertical and acceleration 1 to, just gain an extra, strength or something? It wouldn't really make sense, alright? Now, in terms of the wingspan, I was playing around with this for a little bit because I was trying to think, how much is a wingspan going to matter? Does longer wingspan help me get better dunks, or does it not? So I was, trying to figure that out in my head, and I also noticed at the top right, it does drop your strength 1. Alright, it drops it 1 and then 2, based on how far or how long you make your wingspan. But to make sure your strength does not drop, you would have to go like lower on the wingspan or just default, which I don't really think will help out the build. So I think what I found to be was around 90.7, I would say would be the best one. And that's mainly because we're not losing too much in either stat, but we are gaining. All right. And now with the takeover, you saw I chose slasher takeover. Right, slasher takeover, I feel like it's just really good. And glass cleaner takeover is not going to really do much for you. We should be able to rebound, pretty well, without needing that takeover. And once you get glass cleaning takeover on, this build's gonna be quite useless. All right. So in terms of the build, we have built a finisher similar to you see there, LeBron, Tobias Harris, and Sean Marion. Not sure how accurate that is, but we'll roll with them. No complaints over here. Now, so that's all you really need to know about the build, what to upgrade, how many badges you're going to get, how to play on the build. But if you want to go a little bit more in depth and, check out the badge combinations, I would recommend, keep watching. But for those of you guys who already know pretty well how the badges work in this game for all builds, you're free to click off as, you've already seen what you need to see. But for those of you guys who care about the badges, just so you guys know, for finishing builds, any type of finishing build, we need contact finisher and slithery finisher and relentless finisher 100%, alright? And then the rest kind of depends on your play style, right? A lot of people don't do Euro steps and hop steps, which is what fancy footwork is used for. But I feel like that's something that everybody needs to implement to their game if they're going to be a slasher or a dominant slasher. So I feel like Hall of Fame fancy footwork was also another one that's, well needed and, almost a must need in the game in terms of the finishing badges. And you see I swap between back down Punisher and then Lob City because that all depends really on your playstyle. If you're going to be playing a playstyle where you're playing on the 2v2 court and you're going to be catching lobs, I put on that Lob City finisher. But if you're playing a back down, in the post type playstyle, the 1v1 court, back down Punisher is going to be really effective for that type of playstyle. And then in addition to that, with the other two upgrades, I would just go with the, consistent finisher probably or Giant Slayer. You can really go with whatever you want with those last two upgrades. And like I told you, shooting, we're going to go catch and shoot, not to overcomplicate anything, because Green Machine would be a nice one, but the odds of us greening 1 to 2 shots is really low without having that catch and shoot. So considering we only have one, I think it's better off by just going catch and shoot. And I think that will, help us, shoot the best, all right? Now moving on to the 6 playmaking badges that I told you guys about that I'll tell you later on in the video. The main reason for this was to get 2 gold badges, right? Number 1 being quick first step. That is a must, all right? This will make you, much more elusive, and in combination with that fancy footwork that you guys might like to, use as a finishing badge, you'll be overall more, feeling like a slasher instead of a sluggish, kind of center type build. Alright, so that's number 1 in the first badge, and the second badge is an option between 2, based on your playstyle. Post-spin technician, a very good badge for how you want to use this build. If you are playing on the 1v1 court, that will obviously help you, get open more and score. But if you're playing on the 2v2 court type style and you're going to be ISOing here and there, bailout might be a good badge for you, because if you get clamped up, you could pass out to your teammate with ease. And overall, it's just adding another element into your game and your play style compared to somebody else who might be electing to take just an extra, defensive badge instead of adding these playmaking badges. And like I told you guys, once again, I'm all about that versatility and, just being able to do much more than everybody else can with this, original type of build. Now, last, we got the defensive badges, very important to this build. And like every other category, it just really depends on how you want to play this. If you're playing a 2v2, 3v3 type play style, I would say probably 2v2, where you're going to be running the center position. You're going to want to have, obviously, rim protector, because you need help with that interior defense. You're going to want intimidator, brick wall to set screens for your teammates if that's what you want to do. If you guys are going to do some type of other offense, you might not need brick wall. I think rebound chaser would be very important. The other 3, I would go pogo stick. And I would actually make pogo stick Hall of Fame. and then rebound chaser gold. And the reason I want pogo stick is because what I've noticed is, you know, when you're playing a center position with a smaller, you know, undersized type player, it's going to be difficult to get rebounds. And it's not that you can't get it, it's just in this game, centers could take a shot on you contested, they'll miss, and you know, they could just get the rebound right back and just keep spam jumping. So I think getting that pogo stick will help, you know, help you just get the rebound overall after you contest a shot, and actually use that height and vertical to your advantage. Now, if you're playing a 1v1 type play style, you could rock with something like this with the post move lockdown, rim protector, pogo stick, intimidator, and clamps, because post move lockdown is stopping, you know, against those post scores, and clamps, you know, blow bys by other guards and stuff like that. And I think, honestly, that completes the video, because I feel like I've given you guys now each badge that you need to be successful. I gave you the right build, the right badge combination, you know, or the right badge total upgrades, the right pie chart, physicals, all that you need to be successful. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Go crazy with this build. If you have not yet, make sure you hit that like button with the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's your boy Risk, and I'm out.
It's funny how now she be calling me back. She see that I got it, I'm stuck in the trap. 40 autos, and we put it right back. 40 autos, and he left in the back. I can't be trusting cause people just act. I get the money, I run it right back. The plug on my phone, I get to these racks. The plug on my phone, I'm gonna make it